Let's solve the following problem, which asks us to investigate whether the following sequence an is decreasing or increasing, and whether it is bounded, which could also mean that it is bounded above or bounded below. So the sequence an has the general term, the nth term, being equal to -1 to the power n divided by n, and the indices are the natural numbers. So it is always a good idea to, if we can, to plot the sequence that we are interested in by taking the horizontal axis and using it for the indices, and the vertical axis to measure out the terms in the sequence. So the first term of the sequence, and it's always a good idea to write out the first few terms of the sequence. So what do we get when n is equal to 1? We'll get -1 to the first power, that's -1 divided by 1, giving us -1. So the first power is -1. The first term is -1. The second term, -1 squared, gives us +1, and that's divided by 2, so that's a half, plus 1.5, plus 1 over 2. The third term is -1 raised to the third power, giving us -1 divided by 3, so that's 1/3, -1/3. The fourth term is -1 to the power 4 divided by 4, so that's plus 1 over 4. So you get the idea. For the odd indexed terms, we have negative numbers, and the reciprocals of odd integers multiplied by -1. And for the even indexed terms, we have the reciprocals of the even natural numbers. Okay, so if you want to plot this sequence, you could do the following. Just plot them out, these terms. So A1 is -1, it sits over there. A2 is a half, it's somewhere up here. A3 is -1/3, so it sits somewhere over here, let's say. A4 is a 1/4, so it's halfway between the previous one, A2, and 0, the horizontal axis. So you can see what's going on. The sequence is jumping up and down. Okay, so it's changing sign each time. So an changes sign. Changes its sign. So it is neither decreasing nor increasing. So it's neither of these things. What about boundedness? Well, for that we can say something for certain. You can already see from either the list of terms in the sequence or the plot that the terms in the sequence will be between -1 and +1. So it will be bounded, but just to make it sure we understand, we can take an, which is -1 to the power n divided by n, and realize that it is strictly like less than or equal to 1 over n, but it is greater than or equal to -1 over n, and these numbers are strictly less than or equal to 1, or greater than or equal to -1. Okay, so we can see that the general term in the sequence is always between -1 and +1. meaning that it is bounded for all indices little n, so an is a bounded sequence, which also means that it is bounded both from below and above. Okay, this is the solution of this problem.